in road mode, it just lifts off. Oh, that is so addictive. What's happening, my big dudes? So yeah, you've joined me today. It's the beautiful S1000R. It's 2022 and it is the M-Package, and my god, is it just beautiful. Now off the top of my head, it's 165 horsepower and I think it's about 114 Newton meters of torque, but at the end of the day, these are just stats. You're never going to get to use the full amount on the road unless you're a complete lunatic. Adaptive headlight unit, Brembo brakes, a Krapovic can, electronic suspension front and rear. You've got all the bells and whistles, so cruise control, there's your suspension and your traction control, and beautiful elephant in the room TFT dash, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Heated grips, and I believe this one comes with 3 different modes. So you've got the dynamic, rain and road. I can believe it ain't dynamic. Keyless, typical sport bike on 17-inch rims, and I believe it's got the endurance chain. There we go, and it comes with a quick shifter. This bike is an absolute lunatic, but at the same time very, very easy to ride. Unfortunately it's a little bit grubby because yeah, beautiful countryside though. Anyway, that's enough of the boring specs and stats. You've had a good little look over the bike. Let's get back on the road. Huge thank you for LIND BMW Motorrad in Norwich for loaning me this for the weekend. You know, I asked if I could take out a lovely bike for the weekend, and this is the one I wanted because I've never ridden a R. I've only ever ridden the RR. Now this isn't going to be an in-depth review or anything. This is more just, you know, I couldn't wait to sort of get my hands on this bike, so I thought I'd give you sort of my first impressions. As you know, if you scour your way through YouTube, you'll see many other reviews, in depth and not so. And although the weather is miserable as, I'm not going to let it put me off. Although some might say it's sacrilege to ride a bike of this caliber out in weather like this, I just don't care, because well, you're going to tell me you wouldn't ride it even if the weather was muggy and crap? You wouldn't be able to hold yourself back, you'd have to do it. So as you can see, it's still in cold start. So when it's in cold start, so you know, you first fire it up, it starts off red line up to about 6 grand, and then as it starts to warm up, then it starts to climb down, as you can see now, into 12,000 RPM. Now this is a brand new S1000R for 2022, so it's still in its running phase. So it'll only limit me, I think it's around about 8 or 9 grand, but we'll find out once we get on some much nicer roads than these disgusting muddy cow muck infused roads. They're just grim. Anyway, first impressions, nice and comfortable, not too lent over like the RR. Obviously you've still got a little bit of weight on the wrist, but you can easily remedy that through muscle memory. You will be able to just, you know, eventually get used to clamping down more with your legs, you know, straighten yourself up a little bit more, because it is the upright version. It's just where the bars are flat, and also they're not particularly high. And I think if this was mine, I would look to maybe getting some handlebar risers. And to anybody at LIND Norwich watching me ride through these disgusting roads, I'm so sorry. I will give it a little scrub down before I bring it back to work. And for anybody wanting to know how am I getting on at work, at my new job at LIND BMW Norwich, as you can see, very well. I've settled in nicely. Everybody I work with is epic. They've really welcomed me there. You know, I'm certainly enjoying the new challenge, and I'm certainly adapting well too. So yeah, great bunch of people to work with, and they've been amazing to me, so thanks guys. Yeah, that quick shifter is always going to put a smile on my face, I think. And in case you guys are wondering why I'm wearing a high vis, because I obviously never usually do, I have been instructed to wear it for the sake of borrowing this wonderful machine. That's all I can say. It's just wow. And I haven't even got it out of rain mode. Just I thought, well, you know, it's soggy, wet, whatever. What if I could do this on the fly? Let's see. Let's just switch over the road. Yeah, I can. Nice. Wow, even in road mode it just lifts off. Oh, that is so addictive. But it wants to be up there. It wants to be up there in the rev range. And I've also got to be a little bit careful on this bike because they have brand new tyres. So, you know, they've I think it's only had well, now 21 miles on the clock. I think I had about 10 miles when I left work yesterday on it. So now, do not get me wrong, this bike isn't for the faint-hearted, but it's on the flip side of that coin, it is a little bit too easy to just jump on and go, and it might catch out the less experienced rider to sort of get on it and go, oh, that's pretty docile, you know, because when you're down lower in the rev range, and it will sort of lull you into this false sense of security that you think, oh, you know, this is quite tame, and then you sort of open it up a bit and get it up towards the 6 grand mark, and then all of a sudden it just turns into this new kind of monster. Woohoo! And I tell you what, the problem with borrowing bikes like this, it almost makes you not want to give it back. No, in fact, let me change that. It definitely makes you not want to give it back. Let's see if we can't find some nice roads to hit down then, shall we? Wanted some little bit more of some quieter roads, just so we can sort of chill with the bike for a bit and a sec. Man, this bike just picks up speed so easy. But then there is one way I would definitely describe this bike, because you know, you ride other sort of brands and whatnot. BMW do have a really good way of making these bikes feel a bit, how would I put it, clinical. Now that's neither a bad thing nor the best thing, because it is still a good thing. It's nice to have. You know, it is a bike that you can just jump on and just ride it, feel confident with it, you know, especially with all the, you know, all these electronics, you know, which can definitely save your bacon. Why have I chosen more country roads to ride down? What a plonker. Anyway, as I was saying, I digress. It's got that clinical feel to it where it's just super easy to just get on, and even to the less experienced could still jump on it and dare I say it, find it really simple to ride and easy. And what I fear with a bike like this, not for myself, but that someone else would jump on it and scare the living daylights out of themselves, because I'm not sure they'd realise just how powerful it is. And the problem with bikes like this, of this size, this calibre, is they really want you to wring its neck, and you really want to wring its neck, and it's always just too tempting because it's always right there, just right there on your in your right hand. So anyway, while we've got this nice little quiet moment, the brakes are amazing, really on the dial, very responsive, and it is maybe because they are brand new. Obviously, as with anything, it does wear over time, but they feel very responsive. The menu is nice and easy to get into, so you always know exactly where you're at. So it's all controlled here on the menu button, and then on your dial, and then back onto the menu button. Well, put it in our favourite looking mode, which is the sport mode. There we go. And that will then, look at that, that is lovely. Look, watch, one. Beautiful. And then also at the bottom there you have the lean angle. Now, which I can't really test to its fullest today because it's bloody wet. but I've done 20 degrees on the left side and 15 degrees on the other. That is beautiful. It's just so free revving, you know, easy to get up there. So the position's comfortable-ish. I say ish because it's still very sport bike-esque. You know, you are still leaning on your wrists a bit, and you are, you know, you've got your back in a bit of an arc, bit of a sloop, and the pegs are a bit higher than what you might get on, say, one of the more other upright bikes, like maybe a street triple or like my GS or something. So, you know, you've got to be prepared for that, but it's not something that you can't get used to. And I'll admit, when I was on the RR, there is no way really I could sit up comfortably upright like this as I am now. So this is okay, this works okay. I mean, who's going to get bored of that? I mean, stick a decent can on it, you know. Actually, I'd probably say, because it's got a couple of cats in there, so it's really making it quiet. Maybe just get a nice full system, really open it up, and this thing would sound like an absolute weapon. On the other hand, if you want to be keeping a bit more behaved, you don't have to. Still sounds nice. Just sounds a bit clean. Okay, I see what other people are meaning about it's a little bit vibey in the handlebars, but then again, you don't really get a bike of this caliber and really care that much, because you're too busy having fun to really, one, notice that much and give a damn. And I can tell you now, I certainly don't give a damn. This is way too much fun. There's not really much more to say on this bike, because it's completely obvious what it is, what it's like, what it can do. End of the day, it is not a GS, it is not, you know, an adventure tourer, but stick some nice soft panniers on it and you could do it all. Maybe get some adjustable rear sets, you know, so at least then you can make it a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, spot on. So anyway, I want to give a big thank you to LIND BMW Motorrad for loaning me the bike for the weekend. It's been a lot of fun. It's just amazing to be able to, you know, swing my leg over some premium branded motorcycles and have a little play. And anyway, enough about what I think about the bike. I want to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Have you got an S1000R? Are you looking at one? Is it a dream bike? Pop it all down the bottom. I want to hear what you think. And if there's anything I've missed, please don't hesitate, fire away in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can, and hopefully be able to answer your questions. So alright, my dudes, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out, dudes.